All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. We are here for Montreal Expos Tuesday? Yeah, that's right. Didn't have a whole lot of time yesterday. Had a pretty busy day at the office. So the Fanatic is joining you here on Tuesday afternoon. And yes, we're a little bit earlier than normal. Got a few things we got to take care of this evening. So we're going to be jumping right into this mess here following our Montreal Expos. Of course, if you're new to the show, welcome on in. We are here with the Expos. Okay, we brought them back from the 1998 season on. We have played through 3 entire seasons here on MLB The Show 25. And yes, I am getting my bearings in MLB The Show 26. So I'll be right back at you with that before you know it. Probably going to be working with we're thinking about the Rockies. I'm leaning more towards the White Sox, but we're thinking about the Rockies. So getting back to our Montreal Expos. All right. If you haven't ever been here before, welcome on in. We, as I mentioned, played 3 full seasons here with the Montreal Expos inside the cave with your Fanatic here as the manager, along with our AGM and our JGM, who have been huge in making some monumental decisions for the club. Now, where we have gotten so far here in the episodes, we completed the 1998 season, which was kind of a disaster. Okay. I think we won about 67, 68 games. And I think our best player batted about 260. I don't know. I didn't keep records because I didn't really care. Between our first season and our second season, we made a couple of kind of free agent acquisitions. We picked up Ken Griffey Jr., we added Pudge Rodriguez, and we added Mark Grace. So they took us almost to the playoffs in year 2. We missed out. Coming up just short in the last week of the season. We were teetering on a wild card spot, and we lost 2 out of our last 3 games to the Houston Astros, and the San Francisco Giants kind of slid into that playoff spot. So that would have been the 1999 season. In the 2000 season, we saw massive changes with this team. We actually cracked the 90 win scale. We got our Montreal Expos into the playoffs, and we lost in the wild card. So that's mainly because the Fanatic didn't realize that it's only 3 games. I thought it was going to be 5. Didn't really do much with the rotation, and what I did do with the rotation didn't exactly work out. So here we are now with the Montreal Expos heading into the 2001 Major League season. So these were rosters that were put together by a fantastic contributor here on the PS5 and on MLB. The roster kind of download area. We picked up the stadium as well from there, and of course all the logos and uniforms. So, the uniforms were kind of me on my own, but everything else came from contributors. So thanks so much to them as we've been able to do this through 20 episodes. This is the 20th episode here with the Montreal Expos. So now that all that's been covered, at the end of the last episode, at the end of our very last episode, we were working on putting a team together for the 2001 season. And we ran into some hiccups. As usual here on the channel, we ran into some hiccups. So we are going to look at the squad that I managed to put together after everything went haywire. So our first playoff game, of course, we got cut off there. Only saw 1. And then the second and the third, not really eventful, and the team lost. But we did get together and put together a team. I tried to keep as many of the players as we signed and or traded for. And, did I add some doozies as well, because I took my time and realized who was out there, what they wanted, and what kind of budget we had. And we had some money with the 2001 season after a couple of players left. So the team's looking good. The team's looking very good. before we jump into the roster, we'll take a look right here on the right side, right underneath our beautiful red, white, and blue Montreal Expos logo. You'll see where we currently rank in the majors. So these were double digits last year, okay? We have got it down to single digits and top fives with the exception of power. So we didn't do too much in the way of power, mainly because Ken Griffey Jr. and Vladdy Guerrero, well, more so Ken Griffey Jr., are getting to the older side. So, but we are currently ranked 5th overall on paper in the major leagues. So that's great. 5th in contact. So hopefully we'll get some more hits this season. Maybe we'll even see somebody take a batting title. That would be awesome. 10th in power. 3rd in pitching. Now, when you see the pitching staff, you're going to be shocked. Again, I made some moves, traded a few players away, did what I had to do to kind of bolster this team, try to get something going. We are 1st in defense and, of course, 1st in speed. So when I was a ball player, I was more of a defensive and speed kind of guy. And if you saw me now, you'd probably laugh and go, there's no way in hell that guy could actually run. But at one point in my life, yes, I could run. So looks like I got maybe one person checking it out right now. So if you're joining me, welcome on in. Feel free to throw any comments up on the board. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the rosters and see what we were able to accomplish after I kind of bumbled and fumbled that entire end of the episode last week. So here is where we are. Okay. Now, a couple of key components if it's your first time visiting and joining the show. This is 2000. Okay. I'm sorry, 2001. So this is a 2001 Major League Baseball season here on the game. So and of course it's fantasized a bit because obviously we've done some things over the last couple of years. But a couple of major things to remember, of course. We have the pitchers will bat in the National League. That is a very important piece to this whole puzzle. So it does affect things as we go through the season. So that's in National League parks. You will have National League pitchers will hit. Okay. And of course, if the American League teams come, they do the same thing. So we don't focus too much on the DH with our club because we're going to play mostly all National League games. The other thing is we turned off the extra runner at second base because it's 2001. So the only real kind of new rule that has carried into our league way back, going kind of back in time, is the pickoff. So you can only pick off twice. Try to pick off twice, or they get the base automatically. So if you're a fan of the baseball game, check out MLB The Show 26. That actually has the new strike zone deal, so you can actually challenge balls and strikes. It's sick. I'm working on my new Chad the Tank series, so he won't be in it, but he's got probably a long distance cousin who is in it, and the guy's phenomenal. You have to check it out. Okay, so let's get this show on the road. So we are the Montreal Expos. We are in the National League East, and our main rivals right here on the screen are the Philadelphia Phillies, and for us, I say the Miami Marlins or the Florida Marlins because they've had our number. They beat us in the playoffs, and they've really kind of kicked our butts over these 3 seasons. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the roster, starting right here with the starting pitching for the Montreal Expos as we head into the spring training. Now, whoo boy, we got ourselves some Andy Pettitte, all right? I wanted to make sure that we had a couple of lefties in this rotation because we didn't have a whole lot of lefties before, with the exception of Boomer. So Andy Pettitte will be our lefty and will more than likely be our ace here in the 2001 Expos season. We also got Mike Mussina, who last year, we'll take a look at his numbers last year, he had 14 wins and 13 losses for the club in his first season as an Expo, 151 strikeouts, 3.01 ERA. So kind of a big player. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and take a look at everybody, right? So last year with the Yankees, we see that Andy Pettitte went 18-5. 219 innings pitched, 168 strikeouts. So we're really hoping he can add something to the club here. Mike Mussina, of course, we just saw his numbers. Javi Vasquez will play with us for his 4th season. So going into our 4th season, he will stay in the rotation, probably in the 3 spot. A solid right-handed pitcher, 24 years of age, and an A potential. So he's only going to continue to grow. In the first season, it was between Carl Pavano and Javier Vasquez. We flipped a coin. We went with Vasquez. It's paying off for the club. Last season, he went 16-6, had 165 Ks and a 3.07 ERA. So you can see that ERA slowly creeping down for Javi Vasquez. Taking a look here. Here was the big. Now, Andy Pettitte was huge, but this guy was really big for us. Ken Na, a B potential 72 overall, 19-year-old left-handed pitcher from Japan. Now, he pitched against us in the playoffs, and he also pitched against us twice at the end of last season. He is a solid pitcher. Taking a look at his pitch repertoire up here on the right side, he's got that fastball that goes up to 98, which for the early 2000s was like, what? We've got a curveball. He's got a slider. So he's got a nice repertoire of pitches. He's pitched 14 games last year at the age of 18. So he was younger. 5 wins, 2 losses, 65 Ks in just 14 appearances. And then, of course, rounding out our pitching rotation, we will have our boy Trey Moore. He had his struggles in the 2000 season, going 8-8. But he struck out 125. So the strikeout numbers were up. The ERA was up as well. So in comparison to his first season when he was our ace at 15-8, and if you're looking at the 2025, the years just, I don't know, minus 27 from all of them, and it's accurate. Okay, and then kind of fighting for a spot here in the exhibition season or the whatever spring training will be Solomon Crow. Actually, no. Will be Jeremy Powell, who's been with the club for a while. But look at these guys. Deep potential, deep potential, deep potential, right? So probably not going to be seeing too much of them. I think it kind of ends right at Trey Moore, who's been a blessing. he's been a kind of a disguise, total disguise. But he's 28, and he's kind of getting a little bit older. Okay, our relief pitchers look like this. We kind of stayed basically with the same staff we had last year. Let's go ahead and sort them out. So Greg Swindell will be our long reliever. John Rocker will be our setup man. Alan Embry, Shane Bennett. The others will have to earn their spot in spring training. I can see Guillermo Mota coming and pitching, Eric Gagne, and possibly Scott Shields as pitchers that would throw 1, maybe 2 innings at the most. Closing pitcher, of course, is Trevor Hoffman. Brian Hepson remains down in the minors. He has not grown and will not grow. Probably. He's a 25-year-old, 41 overall deep potential. So we got to hope that Trevor doesn't get hurt. Either that or we'll have to put John Rocker in. Catchers, Paul LaDuca and Pudge Rodriguez. We made a couple of quick moves, moved a couple of our catchers because we were kind of overload heavy with the catcher position. So LaDuca and Rodriguez will anchor us at catcher here in the bigs. Now, I think we'll see probably more LaDuca and less Pudge. Pudge did not have the greatest year. LaDuca only appeared in 10 games, but taking a look at Pudge's numbers, he batted .246 and really didn't do much of anything in 124 games. So getting towards the end of his run at 29, knees are getting a little bit beat up. Not sure how much longer he's going to last. Could possibly be traded before the end of the 2001 season. At first base, we re-signed Mark Grace. Now, if you were watching last week's episode, we were going crazy trying to get Edgar Martinez. And yes, that didn't happen. So we end up with Mark Grace. He's back. He'll play maybe his final season. We do have him signed for just the 1 year at a big, fat $25 million. Last year, he went... he batted .327, had 23 dingers, and 91 RBIs. So he continues he continues to produce for this club. So we'll have him there. He'll be backed up by J.T. Snow. Now, J.T. Snow was tough to get to sign because he doesn't want to play a backup role. So we'll probably see him, platooning with Grace if Grace doesn't play that well. And he'll be our DH when we go to American League Parks because he hit 22 home runs and batted .285. So we know we can get something out of him. Let's go ahead and take a look at, and of course we do have Lawrence Romero, who we got in a trade. He's 22, A potential, so he should grow and maybe be on this club, maybe next season. Second base, we've got Kilvio Veras. He's back. So after boofing it last week and kind of messing things up, I went back and was able to actually do what I was supposed to do and offer the contracts to the guys who were up for a new one. So Kilvio re-signed with the club. We take a look. He signed for 5 years at 15.5. So we got our second baseman locked in for at least 3 years. Third base, we've got Robert Ekstrom. So if you did watch last week's episode, at the end of the episode, of episode 19 of the show, if you were watching and you saw episode 19, we made a trade with the Yankees to get Ekstrom. I don't remember who we traded, but we did manage to pick him up. I did manage to go back out and get him again. So Robert Ekstrom will be our starting third baseman. He's a rook. He has not played yet with anybody, so we'll see how he does. And Edgardo Alfonso, former Met, will back him up. Edgardo last year. Numbers started to drop, but we're gonna see if we can get him in for maybe 70, 80 games. He'll be backing up our boy Ekstrom at third base. Okay, rolling right along here. We've got Orlando Cabrera. Orlando will remain with the Spos. He has a contract for another 5 seasons at $24.2 million Canadian. So he will be playing here with the Spos for quite a while. He'll be our starting shortstop. We do have Howie Baroa, Ramon Irizarry, and Michael Young down in the minors. So this club is chock full of good shortstops, and don't be surprised if we need a bullpen pitcher or a starting pitcher or some power later in the season if we don't move one of these 3 guys in a trade. I'm sentimental. I don't like to get rid of guys that have been on the team, but, we got to build a team. That's the whole point. Plus, they're all about the same age. Left field, we've got Michael Tucker. He'll start. I could not find a left fielder. I could not get anyone to sign with this club to play left field. I went after Brian Giles. I went after a couple other left fielders, and just nobody was interested in signing with our Montreal Expos. So this is what we have. We've got Michael Tucker. He'll be holding it down in left. His stats look like this last year. With the White Sox, he had 14 dingers, 61 ribs, and he batted .286. He stole 9 bases and was caught 5 times. And his attributes are kind of on the decline if we look at that across the board. His strength is a little bit more defense than anything else. You see some 70s there. But for the most part, Michael Tucker's just going to kind of fill in. Sung Hyun Chu at 22, 62 overall seat potential. He played some ball last year for us, 82 total games when Ricky Henderson went down. And then he kind of platooned it with Tim Raines. So we'll have to see who's going to get the playing time there. All right, he could end up as our starter after the spring training. We do have 1, 2 solid left fielders down in the farm system as well. Jeffrey Gallegos, he was a Rule 5 draft. I got him in the Rule 5 draft because he is an A potential and he's 23 years old. He will have to be on the 26-man roster for the entire season. Doesn't necessarily mean he'll play, but he will be with us here in Montreal for at least a season. We'll call it an internship. So if he gets 20 games, he gets 20 games. Tim Raines was re-signed and sent down to AAA, so he'll be waiting down there. He wants to play another season, and if we need him, we'll go down and get him. Kareem Hawkins he was our first-round pick in our first season. That was the first pick we ever had, Kareem Hawkins. And then Trace Coquelette will also be down in the minors. At center field, of course, Ken Griffey Jr., backed up by Terry Jones and Ed Marquez down in Triple-A. Peter Bergeron is in Double-A, and our right fielder is Vladimir Guerrero. And how about Trot Nixon? I picked up Trot Nixon in the Rule 5 draft, mainly because Trot Nixon, I remember from the Red Sox. Here, he's a rook. So we got him 27. He didn't play at all last year, mostly minor leagues, but we got him to kind of back up, play some outfield if necessary. So Trot, we could see him possibly play when Vladdy is tired. He does bring a couple things to the table. So he's very durable at overall 88. He's got a little bit of defense. He is not the fastest dude. 40 speed, 0 steal. So we're not going to be using him as a pinch runner. So that's a quick look at the our major league roster. Vladdy is going to be our key player at 87 overall, B potential. Of course, Ken Griffey Jr. is getting up there in age. Kilvio's getting up there in age. So we've got, looks like a bucket of 33-year-old players or 30-year-old players. So that's kind of where we are, okay? We did not look at our awards last year, so we will go ahead and look at last year's awards. It would be up here, top right of the screen. So it would have been our 2000 awards, which would be 2027 here in our world. Chipper Jones, he won the most valuable player in the National League. Cy Young was Greg Maddux, because of course. And a former Expo, Carl Pavano, is the current Cy Young leader in the 2001 season. That won't last. Edgar Martinez won the batting title for the Reds. Reliever of the Year award was Mike Jackson. Darren Dixon won the Rookie of the Year, first base. Edgar Martinez was your Hank Aaron Award winner. Gold Glove for a pitcher went to Arturo Torero of the Mets. Catcher was Jeff Reed of the Reds. David Segui of the Padres. And if you're looking at the other players and going, what the hell is he talking about? Remember, I'm looking up at the right side of the screen. Second base last year was Scott Spezio. I believe it's Spezio, not Spizo. They spelled that one wrong. Of the San Diego Padres. Jose Hernandez was your Gold Glove third baseman from the Marlins. Alex Gonzalez, shortstop for the Cardinals. Darren Erstad of the San Francisco Giants. And then right field was Paul O'Neill of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, he ended up with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now he's a San Francisco Giant. So he's kind of bouncing around here in our world after a struggling 99. Hopefully he picks it up in 2001. I would have added him to our club if I could have. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our calendar. We have got... Oh, I'm sorry. I already did spring training. So we are going to rock and roll right into the regular season with 3 against the A's. But first things first, since I already did spring training, see, I'm sleepy, man. I'm sleepy. I kind of forget about what I'm doing here. So if you're just joining today, welcome on in. Always happy to be doing the show, even if it's only for 15, 20 views. I do it for fun, and if you're jumping in and joining, welcome on in. Be sure to put your name up on the board. Let me know you're here, and feel free to throw any team concerns, questions, ideas, anything you got up there as well. So usually here on the show, we will have a topic of the day. I guess I'll have to come up with something as we go, but I am open to any topic of the day. Of course, here on the Fanatics channel, we do not ever discuss politics nor religion. This is fun. We talk baseball, we talk basketball, we talk football, and of course, with me being an Islander fanatic, we talk hockey. My Islanders actually playing the Chicago Blackhawks as we speak. So let's go ahead and take a look at our opening day lineup. So Against left-handed pitching with no DH, Kilvio will lead us off. Robert Ekstrom, the Rook, will bat second. Mark Grace will bat third. Vladdy will bat fourth and play right field. Ken Griffey Jr. will bat fifth and play center field. Orlando Cabrera will be at shortstop and bat sixth. LaDuca will catch and bat seventh. Tucker will bat eighth and play left field. And of course, depending on who the pitcher is, opening day will be Andy Pettit, so he will bat ninth. Against right-handed pitching, Kilvio Veras will bat first and play second. Ekstrom, second, playing third. Grace will play first base and bat third. Vladdy will play right field and bat fourth. Ken Griffey, center field and bat fifth. Cabrera, shortstop and bat sixth. Tucker remains in left field. So it's basically the same thing. Nothing changes depending. Our bench looks like this. JT Snow, he can play first base. So if we need someone to replace Mark Grace, there you go, JT. Sung Hyun Chu, he's in left field, but he can also play first, center, and right. Edgardo Alfonso can play second if we needed him to. So, yes, if we needed a backup for Kilvio. And, of course, Pudge, he can play nothing but catcher. Trot can play the outfield. And Jeffrey Gallegos can play the outfield. So we are overloaded in the outfield. Our backup first baseman is JT Snow. And our backup infielder is Edgardo Alfonso. Doesn't say much, but we'll see. We have tons of outfielders in Sung Hyun, Trot, and Jeffrey Gallegos. Okay, so I would not be brokenhearted if Jeffrey Gallegos was not part of the club at the end of the season. Would not be. Let's go ahead and take a look at our pitching rotation. Andy Pettit will be our ace and pitch first. I already took care of this. As you can see, we go left, right, left, right, left. So Andy Pettit will be our ace. Javi Vasquez will pitch second. Ken Na will be our third. Mike Mussina will be our fourth pitcher. And, of course, Trey Moore will slide into the fifth slot, where he's been for the last couple of seasons. Our bullpen looks like this. Mark Valdez is our long relief pitcher, mainly because he's got some stamina. He'll be out there with Mike Johnson. Alan Embry and Shane Bennett will be our middle relief. Greg Swindell, no, we're going to do this. We're going to go ahead and put Greg Swindell into long relief along with those two. John Rocker will be our setup, and Trevor Hoffman will be the closer. Let's take a look at his stats from last year. He had 42 saves. 42 saves for the club. So good job, Trevor. Good job. That's why we traded for him, right? He was one of our first big trade deals here on the channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this show. We'll get this show on the road, right? Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. I can say that like 3, 4, 5 times. So before I do that, though, I want to go ahead onto my own computer here, and we're gonna pull up some sports scores. So I got something to talk about as we play some games. So usually I have them up on the screen. That was a cool little thing, but I don't have that so much anymore, huh? No. Let's go to the NHL. Let's go to the NHL. So the Islanders are down 4-2 against the Chicago Blackhawks. So my Chicago Blackhawks fans, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're getting the best of us today, for sure. Okay. So we are underway here in the regular season. I'll be kind of just looking at some sports scores as we go. Comments are up and running. Throw anything you want up on the board. Always open to anything you want to discuss as we go through our calendar. So what we usually try to do here is we try to rock and roll through at least the first month of the season. And we have got a busy one. We're going to be taking on the Oakland Athletics for the first 3 games. Then we'll be in Philadelphia. So the club starts out on the road. We're in Oakland, then we're in Philadelphia for 3. We then head home to Montreal. We'll be taking on the Boston Red Sox for 3, followed by Philly. Then we head on the road for Texas and the Cleveland Indians, because this is 2001. All right. The Cincinnati Reds for 4 games. The Atlanta Braves for 3 games. So that's a 7-game stretch right there that's going to really, really they're going to have to prove themselves 100%. The Cincinnati Reds have been to the NLCS or the World Series in, well, all 3 of the seasons that we've been doing this. The Atlanta Braves, of course, have won our division all 3 seasons. So we'll also be taking on Florida for 4, the Dodgers for 3, and then we will finish up right here with the Cincinnati Reds. So we're going to roll right through until we get to the Cincinnati Reds game. Of course, we play 1 game of every series. That's what we're going to do. So we'll be slow simming, managing those games, seeing how the club does. Up on the top of the screen, you can see we got a nice little banner. It shows us who we're playing against. Right below our team, you'll see our starting pitcher. Right below their team, you'll see their starting pitcher. You'll also see their stats as we roll through. Okay, so now that I have gone through and explained this here in episode number 20, that's right, we're in episode number 20. And before we get into the season and get everything going, I, of course, want to be sure to thank my supportive viewers, those of you who have actually watched and been able to make it through 15 or 20 minutes of me just yammering on. Thank you so much. For my regular viewers who have been helpful in building the team and getting us to where we are, thank you so much. And for those of you that just kind of pop in from time to time or watch me on the replay, thank you to you as well. Keep your eyes open for I do post some funny shorts and, of course, new episodes here live at least once a week. Usually try to do Monday. Just depends on how busy the Fanatic is at work. And, of course, we've got our Whalers Journey to the Cup series on Wednesdays. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump right in, shall we? We're going to take a look at opening day. We are heading to Oakland. We're going to be in Oakland for opening day. They have not moved in this our universe. This is 2001. They have not gone anywhere. Okay. So we have got Andy Pettitte on the mound, and they will have Todd Stottlemyre. Last year we were 95 and 67. They were 75 and 87. So we've got hopefully we can get something going here with this club, right? We want to make sure we can get a couple of early wins would be phenomenal. A couple of early wins would be okay. Yeah, Mike, get this going. Heading into, it's not really where it is, but we'll play it. We know it's the Oakland Coliseum. All right, Andy Pettitte on the hill. So we already talked about this, but the batting lineup will be Kilvio, Ekstrom, Grace, Guerrero, Snow, Griffey Jr., Cabrera, Tucker, LaDuca. So we start out in a DH park, so we get to see a little JT Snow action. Excellent. Who's on the bench? No. Okay, so we get all of our bats in for this one. With JT batting 5th, Ken Griffey Jr. drops to the 6th spot when there's a DH. Okay, so let's get this. Are a fan of the game and you've played a little bit of MLB The Show, the 26 simulation, the slow sim, is really cool. It looks good, and there's actually like fans going in the background. You can hear them. And I don't mean fans like to cool you down. I mean fans like fans. Okay. Kilvio's going to lead off for the Spos, and he hits a double. What a way to start the season. Ekstrom grounds out. Grace strikes out. So in Ekstrom's first major league appearance, first major league at bat, he grounds out. Guerrero strikes out. So we get an early single from Kilvio, but get nothing done here on opening day. David James strikes out. Devannon grounds out. Brantley's going to walk. Now Ben Grieve singles, moves Brantley to third. Here comes walk him. AJ Hinch with a chance to put a couple of runs on the board early. and he grounds out. Okay, so both pitchers get out of kind of jams. I wouldn't really call Stottlemyre's first inning a jam, but Snow comes up and he strikes out. Griffey's going to single. We need something big from Griffey here in the 2001 season. We really do. Cabrera's going to fly out. Tucker grounds out. Okay, so we did get another hit. Excellent. Here's Charles James. He grounds out. Jeremy Giambi. I almost said Jason. Jeremy Giambi is going to strike out. Bellhorn grounds out. Okay. Paul LaDuca to lead off, and he grounds out. Kilvio, single. Way to go, Kilvio. Nice start. Ekstrom with a chance. So Kilvio's 2 for 2. Ekstrom with a chance to do something, and he hits into a fielder's choice, so he's on. He's got some speed, too, so we might be able to use him. And Grace grounds out. James ground out. Devannon, strikeout. Brantley, strikeout. So we got a little bit of a pitcher's duel here on opening day between Stottlemyre and Pettit. Guerrero is going to get hit by a pitch. JT, fielder's choice. Griff singles again, so he's 2 for 2. Cabrera walks, bases juiced for Michael Tucker. And if you missed the pregame, I was talking about Michael Tucker playing left field and how he was a kind of a last-ditch effort for a left fielder, and he hits a grand slam on opening day. Woo-ho-ho-ho-ho, Michael Tucker. How about that? Paul LaDuca flies out. Veras singles. Ekstrom grounds out. So we get 4 on the Michael Tucker opening day grand slam. Ben Grief strikes out. Tejada's going to ground out. Hinch grounds out. All right, here we go. Mark Grace doubles to lead off the inning. Vladdy. They bring in Jay Witasek. There's a walk. So I love when they just cut their name down to a little shorter. Jay Witt, baby. That's Jay Witt. All right, here we go, Burr. It's time for JT Snow. He strikes out. Ken Griffey Jr., fielder's choice. We got first and third for Orlando Cabrera, and he singles in a run. It's 5-0. Tucker singles in a run. He's got 5 ribbies on opening day. Michael Tucker. Is he going to pay off? Paul LaDuca singles in a run. It's 7-0.
Ball 4, take your base.
Kilvio walks. We got bases juiced for Robert Ekstrom. What can the rookie do? Bases loaded. 2 out in his first major league game.
Take your base, ball 4.
He walks and gets an RBI. It's 8-0. So we have batted around, and here comes Mark Grace with a chance for an opening day slammer. And he walks. Now it's Vladdy. And he pops up. So we got 5 in the 5th. So our opening day is looking god dang good, isn't it? James strikes out. Giambi flies out. Bellhorn's going to single off a Pettit. James, fielder's choice. So Andy Pettit has thrown 5 complete innings and given up 2 hits. The Expos have played 5 complete innings, scored 9, and have 10 hits.
Ball 4, take your base.
JT's going to walk. Griffey flies out. Cabrera flies out. Tucker, I wanted him to go 3 for 3, and he can't quite do it. So, Jeff Devannon to lead off. Pettit still has some juice. He gets Devannon.
Take your base, ball 4.
He walks Brantley.
He's safe.
He goes for the pickoff. Strikes out Grieve. Gets Tejada. So, Pettit, I think we're going to let Pettit throw 7. I think that's going to be our goal for the season. If Pettit can give us 7 innings, that's what we're going to go with. LaDuca singles. Veras fielder's choice. Ekstrom double play. So Ekstrom is 0 for 4 in his Major League debut. Hinch grounds out. James grounds out. Giambi singles. Bellhorn strikes out. So I don't know. Do we just let him go? Maybe we let him go. If I got anybody out there watching, throw your comment up on the board. What do you think we do with Andy Pettit here as we head into the 8th inning? Ground out for Grace.
Ball 4, take your
Walk for Guerrero. JT singles, moves Guerrero to second. Here comes Griffey. He doubles in 2, and it's 11-0 on opening day. Cabrera strikes out. Tucker strikes out. This is our best opening day ever. Best opening day ever for this Expos club. Now, do we let Andy Pettit go? Maybe. He gives up a single, gets a fielder's choice, gets a strikeout, and gets a pop-up. He's going to go for the complete game shutout on opening day. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. LaDuca singles. He's 3 for 5. Veras singles. He's 4 for 5. We're gonna we're gonna give Ekstrom a little rest. We're gonna put Edgardo Alfonso in.
Ball 4, take your
He
base.
walks. So we are bases juiced in the 9th. Nobody out. Mark Grace at the plate. He lines out. Flatty. Sack fly. Okay, brings in a run. And okay, Andy Pettit. Andy Pettit is going for the opening day shutout. Let's jump in. Let's jump in. Of course, we'll watch. We'll watch. All right, let's see if Andy Pettit can get an opening day shutout. We're up 12-0.
Stands in now and watches strike one.
Andy has thrown 134 pitches. Grounder, Cabrera to Grace. That's one. That's one.
Doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change.
And Joe Torre's going to come get him? No, he took him out of the game. What are you talking about, dude? 8 1/3, and Joe Torre comes and pulls the plug. All right, Shane Bennett's going to come out.
Low leverage appearance for him, so he should be fairly free and easy out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Pettit was throwing a freaking gem. He was pitching a gem.
Now at the plate, A.J. Hicks.
All right, A.J. Hinch.
He's 0 for 3.
A.J. Hinch coming in now. Shane Bennett out there to try to get the last 2 outs.
Outside, that's a ball.
So I don't know. I don't know why they took Pettit out. That's a Joe Torre thing. We got Joe Torre as our manager. We did do that. So Joe Torre is going to be managing this club. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Go get it. Guerrero makes the easy grab in the corner.
Those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest.
So we're going to get an opening day victory unless they pull the greatest comeback ever. Charles James 0 for 3 in this one. Up the box and boom. Griffey collects it. He's going to throw it into second. All right, well, Jeremy Giambi. I almost said Jason like 5 times already. Jeremy is going to take a strike. So Shane Bennett, Expos pitcher. He was original Expo. We actually let him go. We didn't give him a contract, and then he was just sitting there in free agency, so I picked him up. That's where we are right now with Shane Bennett. And he gets strike 2 on Giambi.
Regardless of the count, in this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
All right. Got him. Yes. So Shane Bennett ends it, and we win. There's Joe Torre taking in. Now, in real life, Joe Torre is out. He's managing the Yankees, right? And we know what happened in 2001. I don't like to discuss it too much. But if you're a fan of the show and you're watching and you remember what happened in 2001 in baseball, feel free to put it up on the board. It was a World Series that broke my heart. A World Series that broke my heart. All right, so we get 12 runs, 15 hits. Pettit gets the win. Stottlemyre the loss. And we start out the season undefeated. How about that? The Spos are undefeated. All right, and we're heading into game 2. Of course, we're going to simulate. We'll simulate. That's what we do. We'll jump in and manage one of the games, but we'll simulate the others. That way we get to see all the pitchers too, right? Okay, so Andy Pettit and the Expos win on opening day against the A's. Yeah, well, game 2 of the series, Javi Vasquez against Gil Heredia, and we win that one as well. We don't deal with the minor leagues. We will not deal with the minor leagues. Ken Na will appear in this one. This is the young guy that we just got. So we're going for the sweep here of the Oakland Athletics. Edgar Alvarado will be on the hill for the A's. And Ken Na, let's see if he got the win. Mike Johnson got the win. So we sweep the A's, and we are 3-0 on the season as we head to Philadelphia. And the Phillies will have Kevin Appier going up against Mike Mussina, and we get the win. We are 4-0. Trey Moore will be on the hill. Let's go and play that one, shall we? Okay, so we like Trey Moore. He's an original Spo, so we're going to go ahead and jump in. Well, I don't know if he really played for the Spos. I have no idea. But here we go. We're taking on the Phillies. Trey Moore on the hill. Veras, Ekstrom, Grace, Guerrero, Griffey, Cabrera, Tucker, LaDuca, Moore. And so far on the season, Veras is batting .333. Ekstrom, just .211. He's got a home run and 2 RBIs. Grace, .333. Vladdy Guerrero is batting .500 on the season. Ken Griffey, .389. Cabrera, .294. Tucker, .187. LaDuca, .412. And Trey Moore has not had to bat yet. So, there we go. Let's head into this one. Palacios on the hill for the Phillies. And Veras leads off with a single. He steals second. Ekstrom flies out. Grace pops out. Vladdy doubles and continues to swing a hot bat for this Expos team. Griffey is going to ground out. Juan Reyna singles. Horn double play. Jason Giambi playing with the Phillies. He's going to double. Hollinsworth walks. Desi Relaford 3-run jack, and it's 3-1 Phils. There's a strikeout. Okay, so Trey Moore struggles in the first inning. Cabrera flies out. Tucker grounds out. LaDuca singles. So we have got 2 outs. Paul LaDuca on first. Trey Moore strikes out. Yeah, I get a little lost. I get a little lost sometimes as I'm playing it. Bobby Abreu grounds out. Bennett strikes out. Palacios singles. Reyna pops out. Okay, Kilvio Veras grounds out. Ekstrom single. Beautiful. Robert Ekstrom, the rook. Grace is going to double play. He's going to double play, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to double play. I don't know what that means. Christopher Horn. Error. Giambi. Oh, Christopher Horn stole because I'm not paying attention. Giambi grounds out.
He's out.
And then we caught him. Yeah, suck it, dude. All right, Hollinsworth singles. Relaford, fielder's choice. All right, so we are through 3 innings, and it's a 3-1 Phillies lead. Guerrero flies out. Griffey strikes out. Cabrera flies out. Marlon Anderson doubles. We try to pick him off. Abreu strikes out. Try again. Bennett grounds out. Try again. Palacios. Oh, we threw him out of home plate. Okay, so we're still in this thing. Tucker grounds out. LaDuca grounds out. Moore strikes out. Trey Moore, not too much in the way of juice. He gets a fly out. He gets a pop out. And he gets a strikeout. So that's all we're going to see from him. He's going to pitch 5. Yeah, he's pretty tired. Palacios now against Veras. Veras hits a solo jack and makes it 3-2. Ekstrom strikes out. Grace grounds out. Guerrero singles. So he is swinging a hot freaking bat, that dude. Griffey grounds out. Okay, Trey Moore is going to come out. He's got to come out. Sorry, Trey. Got to take you out early. We're going to go to... Let's see who we got that can give us... Yeah, he can give us a couple innings. Swindell gets 1. He gets 2. And he gets 3. Good job. Cabrera now strikes out. Tucker, solo jack, and this game is tied up. And these Expos just will not die. LaDuca strikes out. Greg Swindell, we're going to pinch hit for him. And let's see. Taylor is a right-handed pitcher, so let's bring in a left-handed batter. Hey, Trot, how about a pinch hit appearance? And he strikes out. Okay, so Trot Nixon, he got a little pinch hit appearance. We're going to take him out. We're going to put Alan Embry in. He gets Abreu.
Take your base, ball
He
4.
walks Bennett. Juan Encarnacion
Ball 4, take your base.
walks Reyna, singles, so it's 4-3. God darn you, Alan Embry. I spent all those bucks on Alan Embry. Like, seriously, look at this. $4 million. He made $1 million last year. He's making $4 million this year. He played really hard to get, too, with this club. And he gets the pop out, and Giambi hits into a fielder's choice. So we tie it up, and then we give it right back. Okay, Kilvio. Ground out. Ekstrom. Single. Good job, Ekstrom. He then steals second. Grace grounds out. Come on, Vladdy. Keep swinging a hot bat, dude. And he doesn't. Okay, Hollinsworth. Do we leave Embry out there? Hell no. Embry's coming out. We're going to bring in. All right, Johnny, hold it down for us. He gets 1. He gets 2. Anderson triples. Abreu strikes out. Okay, Ken Griffey Jr. now. 333 batting average, 8 RBIs, 1 home run.
Ball 4,
And he walks. Who do we have with some speed? Does the kid have speed? No, not really. Not really. I think we just keep Griffey out there. Nobody out. Cabrera bunts him over. Good job. Michael Tucker reaches on an error. LaDuca pops out, and we got to take Rocker out now. And we're going to go to JT. Wait, let's see. Yeah, he's a righty. Let's bring in JT. JT, how about a home run, JT? Oh, JT goes yard, and it's 6-4.
Take your base, ball 4.
There's a walk. Ekstrom now. He walks. Mark Grace, he walks. Bases juice for Vladdy. And he doubles in 2. It's now 9-4. We have 6 runs in the 9th. And a single drives in another one. And there you go. Okay, it's time to take JT off the mound. And why not? We'll bring an old reliable here to close it out. A little cleanup. And Shane Bennett does the job. And the Expos win again. Ooh, in dramatic fashion, too. Let's check that out again. All right. So, it doesn't break it down. I kind of wish it did. But we maybe we can from here. No, you can't. You just see the box score. Okay, so we have won our first 5 games. We've gone through the rotation, and the team is 5-0. And look at the run support. 12 runs in the first game, 8 in the second, 7 in the third, 10 in the fourth, and 10 in the fifth. Back-to-back 10-run games against the Phillies. And we've got our ace on the hill here against the Phillies. He's taking on Darren Dreifert, and we get our 6th win of the season. The Montreal Expos have yet to lose, folks. Have we put together a roster? Have we put together a roster? We're going to skip through the 30th, and now it is the Sox. We're taking on the Sox at home at the Olympic Stadium. So a nice road trip. The Spos fans now get their Expos back. They have no idea what they're in for. This club has won 6 consecutive games for the first time, I think, since we've been doing this. So, wow, what a start. And we're going to be taking on the Boston Red Sox at home. Let's jump in. We'll play the home opener. Why not, right? And we know Javi's going to be on the hill. Do you see what I see? First in the National League East at 6-0. Our batting average is 302. Our ERA for a team is 2.95. So excellent start to the season. And of course, we're going to lose a game. We have to lose a game eventually, right? We're not going to go 162 and but I mean, it would be great. It would be great if we could do it. Okay, Olympic Stadium is the home of the Spos. And of course, as the rules go, if it's tied going into extras, we go and watch a little baseball. Otherwise, or if it's a no-hitter or whatever it is, which doesn't happen really ever with this club, but we could get it this year. We'll see Kilvio, Robert Ekstrom, Grace, Guerrero, Griffey, and Cabrera, Tucker, Leduca, and Javi Vasquez. And of course, our hottest bat in the lineup to watch is Vlad Guerrero. He's got 2 dingers, 13 ribbies, and he's batting .524 in 6 games. He's averaging 2 RBIs a game. So that's going to cool off. That's going to have to cool off, right? But this team is hot. They've been hot. Okay, Javi Vasquez against Daniel Enos, fly out. Tom Tran, fly out. David Justice. Take a look at David Justice last year. We almost got him on the club. He ends up 26 home runs, 69 RBIs, and he batted .362 in 142 games. So almost an Expo. Almost an Expo. He did not come to the team, and he singles. Mo Vaughn grounds out. Okay, Kilvio to lead off. Leads off with a single. Ekstrom singles. Moves Kilvio to third. Ekstrom is going to steal second. That's going to set up Mark Grace for a sac fly to give us a 1-0 lead. And Griffey, okay. So Nomar Garciaparra coming to the plate, and he grounds out. Travis Fry, man, solo home run. It's 1-1. Charles Johnson strikes out, and Thomas Howard is going to strike out. So it's a 1-1 game. Cabrera coming to the plate. He singles to lead off. He's going to steal second. Tim Wakefield throws a knuckleball. R.I.P. I liked Tim Wakefield. Okay. I know he was a Red Sox, and I know he pitched against the Yankees. But I got to admit, I was a Tim Wakefield. I just a knuckleball. I mean, you didn't see a lot of guys that threw a knuckleball. Tucker is going to double. It's now 2-1. Leduca sack bunt, moves him over. Vasquez ground out. Veras walks, setting up Ekstrom. Ekstrom singles. And we can't get the runner over. Tucker, what are you doing? Sleeping on third base? Grace grounds out. Okay, Tim Wakefield to lead off, and he grounds out. Daniel Enos strikes out. Tom Tran singles. Try to pick him off, can't get him. Dave Justice, fielder's choice. Vlad Guerrero walks. Griffey Jr., fielder's choice. Cabrera error. Tucker singles. Drives in another run. Leduca strikes out. Vasquez strikes out. Okay, Mo Vaughn to the plate. Big Mo grounds out. Garciaparra strikes out. Travis the Fry Man strikes out. Wakefield against Veras. There's a hit. Oh, he hits him. Oh, he tried to steal and he got caught. We were lucky 2 times, but not that time. Ekstrom pops out. Grace hits a solo jack, and it's 4-1. So we scored in the first 4 innings off Wakefield. Vladdy singles. Griffey hits a triple driving in Vladdy. It's now 5-1. Cabrera coming to the plate. He singles, drives one in. It's 6-1. Tucker grounds out. Charles Johnson now at the plate for the Red Sox. The Expos have a 6-1 lead. Error. Oh, who was the error on? I bet you it was the Rook. I'll bet you it was the Rook. Let's take a look. Charles Johnson on a throwing error by Mark Grace. Okay. Howard sack bunt. Carsey strikes out. Enos pops up. Leduca to the plate. He grounds out. Vasquez grounds out. And Veras is going to ground out. Okay, so we're through 5 innings, and we are up 6-1. If you are just joining us here on the show tonight, welcome on in. This is Montreal Expo Tuesday. Yeah, the Expos are hot. We are 6-0. We're taking on the Boston Red Sox here in our home opener, and we're winning 6-1. So the team we have put together is on fire. Yes, they're old, and hopefully they can stay out of the damn wheelchairs, but they are on fire to start the season. And Tommy Tran comes up and he pops out. David Justice strikes out, and Mo Vaughn doubles. Noma is going to ground out. Okay, so question on the board right now. What is the topic of the night? Our topic of the night. I didn't really have one. So I kind of jumped right into this and started playing. And I'm open to anything. I'm open. Ask me some questions. Whatever it is you want to know. Let's see what's going on around the league before I finish with this game. So in the hockey world, I know we don't have a whole lot of hockey fans out there, but my Islanders, I think they lost. Oh no. Let's check the full scoreboard. And yeah, it used to be nice when I had it right on the screen for me.
Families holding on to hope when they've lost everything. Last year, it was my family standing in that smoke.
Yeah, we lost 4-3. That was a bummer. The sound came out of my computer. Okay, so yeah, the Islanders lost 4-3. But yeah, anything's up on the board. I'm talking about anything. Now we're into a new season, so which has become tradition here on the show as we watch our Spos. We have named in all three of our seasons. We have named a player. Okay, so that is going to happen at the end of tonight's episode. I watched the opening day game. I watched Ken Na's first appearance, who we got in free agency, and we are now watching opening day. Then we're going to simulate through quite a bit. We'll kind of simulate through quite a bit. So if you are just jumping in, we're going to be naming a player at the end of tonight's episode. So, and we'll build them out right here on the show. That'll be fun. Probably take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So if you're watching live, you'll have a chance to name and build one of our built players. He already retired because we built him at 46 years of age, and he is not. He's no longer in the league. The man's no longer in the league because he was 46 years of age. He was actually 45, but he didn't last. So, okay, just hold tight, and I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Had to go and put the boys in the other room. Okay, getting back to it. So we are in opening day at home. Okay, we're in Montreal. This is our opening day, our opening home game. Ekstrom is going to double. So thanks to the AGM and the JGM for talking me into the Ekstrom trade. That's really kind of paid off. He's our starting third baseman now. Grace is going to fly out. Guerrero strikes out. Griffey Jr. singles, drives in another run Cabrera, fielder's choice. Travis the Fry Man coming up. He grounds out. Johnson lines out. Howard walks, and Carsey. Oh, they're bringing in Fernando Vina, and he pops out. So through 7, he won't be out there. Michael Tucker walks and a little speed, so he gets caught stealing. I tried to steal. Right? Luduka strikes out. Vasquez strikes out. So we're going to go with Vasquez against Enos, and he gives up a single. Time to go to a pitching change, and we need our... Let's bring in Bennett. He's been hot. He gets 1, and he gets out of the inning. Great job. Bennett has looked good to start the season. Kilvio grounds out. Ekstrom grounds out, and Mark Grace, you're going to get a little pinch hit here. JT's going to come in to pinch hit, and he singles. So JT is swinging a frickin' stick, too. Vladdy grounds out. So Nomar Garciaparra against Shane Bennett. There's a fly out. Fryman strikes out, and Charles Johnson is going to ground out. So, oh boy, we have won 7 games to start the freaking season. Oh my God. If you are a regular and you're watching this, this is amazing. This is too good. I almost want to shut it off. But then again, if I shut it off, you know, sometimes with the PlayStation, you shut that off kind of mid-game, or when I shut it off and I come back, it's like it simulates weird, and we end up losing a lot of games. So maybe we just got to roll with this. I might have to go through the whole night. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna be here the whole night. I'm not gonna do that. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. So, oh yeah. So there's a topic. So we did talk recently about. We definitely talked about our next team, right? I know we were talking about MLB The Show 26, which, yes, I did get, and I've been playing quite a bit. It is a little bit different, though, I will say. I got so used to the MLB The Show 25 format that the 26 format is just a little bit different when we're doing like franchise mode. And the one thing I noticed specifically is when you go to trade, you can't ask it to suggest a trade. So you're kind of trading like for real. Okay, we could throw a trade out there, and I haven't seen it where I can go back on it. So if you've seen the game and you know something different, let me know. But yeah, that's what I've seen so far of the game. It's fun, it's enjoyable, and we'll put something together. But I gotta simulate a few simulations, if you know what I mean, just to see kind of where we are. Okay, so excellent. Sorry, just doing a little post here. See if we can get a couple more viewers. All righty. Right freaking on. So the Expos are 7-0, baby. That's right. We're going to go through 10 games, right? And then we'll see how our pitching staff is doing, who's doing what, who's killing it. So Ken Na will be on the hill in this one. He only threw 3 2/3 in his last appearance, and we lose our first game of the season. Bummer. And we get freaking throttled. 18-3 by the Sox. So they were pretty pissed off about getting their asses kicked in the last game. And here we are, losing this slugfest with the Red Sox. Okay, so we are 7-1, though. The Expos are 7-1. Congratulations to the Spos on actually winning some goddamn games to kick off the season. And we're taking on the Red Sox in Game 3 of this series. Well, I don't know. What would we call that? Is that the rubber match? Is that what they call that? I don't know. The rubber match and a win. So we're 8-1. So Mike Mussina gets the win over Julio Santana. And Mike Messina continues his winning ways here on the season. So if you are just jumping on to the show and you are a fan and you have watched before, I want to show you our current roster. Okay, this is our roster where we stand right now. Andy Pettit is our ace. Okay, he's 1-0 on the season, 15 innings pitched, 15 Ks, 4 walks, a .72 whip, and a 0 ERA. The dude is a freaking stud with the Spos. Mike Messina, 2-0, 10 Ks, 1.76 ERA. Vasquez, 1-0, 9 Ks, 2.13. Ken Na, well, Ken Na is getting absolutely hammered, but we expected that from Kenny Na. He's 0-1. 6 Ks, 24.92 ERA. Come on now. Why do they even post that shit? That's not fair. Trey Moore, he pitched 5 innings and got the no decision, even though he won the game. So, good job. Good job. Bartolo is actually Gonzolo. So, Bartolo Colon. We struggled last week with the whole signing savings, all right? So that's why this team is put together the way it is right now, because after we hung up, after I hung up the phone, that's what I keep saying to myself. But after we finished last week, I realized that, okay, you have to actually re-sign your players. And I didn't re-sign the guys. I was so focused on signing one free agent or another free agent that I didn't sign the free agents. So, Bartolo is Gonzolo, all right? And if you are a fan of Saturday morning cartoons, then you would know who Gonzolo is. Because that was one of my favorite cartoons. And anyway. Yeah, so this is who we have still. These are the key players. So we still have CeCe, who we got in the trade. He's down in Double-A. All right, Bartolo has moved on. And you know what? I'll entertain that. Let's go ahead and take a look. I'll show you who went where and what happened. And sorry, I'm bouncing around here. There we go. Okay. So let's go Expos. Oh, it only shows me little bits. Yeah, it doesn't show me. It only shows me the season. But there was a lot. Let's see if there's a roster history. No, there's no roster history in here. The new game has a really cool roster history feature where I can see the whole roster, my history. Anyway. Okay, so Bartolo is gone, and we have what you see there. So, I'm sorry, getting back to the roster. People love to distract the fanatic, 100%. Our relief pitchers stayed pretty much the same. Edgar Gonzolo, yes. Okay, so I know you're just jumping in here, probably having a little bit of dinner and letting me annoy you for a little while. Yes, so Edgar Gonzolo as well, because the same thing. After following up all the contracts, had to go back and start from where we were. And I did it twice trying to get Edgar back on the club, and he just would not he wouldn't sign. I could not get him to sign. So I had to settle and re-sign Mark Grace for a season, because no matter what I did, he just would always go to another team. And he just refused to join the club. And I did it 2 different times trying to get it. So we ended up with this, and it's a pretty solid group of guys so far. So Trevor will be our closer. So in the bullpen, the only additions, let's see, put these in order. Shane Bennett was here. Everyone else is down in the farm system. Scott Shields, Gagne. I said that kind of funny, but Gagne, yes. Trevor Hoffman is still our closer. Catchers, we still have LaDuca and Pudge. Bobby Hens went to Triple-A, so he'll be playing down there for the season. And Hamilton Porter is still down in Double-A. And, of course, we'll be renaming a player here at the end of the episode once I get there. First base is Mark Grace, and we added JT Snow. So at first I was like, crap, I need a first baseman. So I went out and I signed JT Snow. And then Mark Grace says, no, I still want to play for the team. And I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? So I'm like, okay, I can use both of them. I'll use both of them, right? They both bat left-handed. We could switch them up, and JT will probably be more of a DH when we need him. But we kind of see what he's done already. 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 333 to start the season. Second base, still Kilvio. Re-signed Kilvio. Third base, Robert Ekstrom. So that was the one thing that I was able to replicate from the end of last week's episode. Robert Ekstrom did come over. We got him in that trade with the Yankees. Edgardo Alfonso did sign with the club. He'll be playing third base and second base in a backup role. So we got him mainly for defense and kind of utility. Shortstop is Orlando Cabrera. Main thing. So for my AGM, my JGM, if you're watching, Howie Baroa, Ramon Irizarry, Michael Young. Those are what we're going to call trade pieces. If we need to get a couple of solid players, these guys, they're young enough and their potential is high enough to where we will be able to trade them. So put that in your back pocket. Okay, left fielders, we've got Michael Tucker. Okay, Michael Tucker. You want to talk about a position. Once again, a position that's difficult to sign in this with the roster that we had. I'm sorry, with the free agents that we had. And this is one of them. Michael Tucker was what I could get. All right, Brian Giles, we tried to sign him, and he pulled the same shit as Edgar Martinez. I could not get him to sign, no matter what I did. And I was up until like 1 a.m. trying to get that shit to work, and I could not get it to happen. Sung Hyun Chu will back him up. And here we go. How about Tim Raines? We gave him another contract just to keep him on the club. He will be with us in a very, very, very last-minute backup role. Kareem Hawkins is on the rise down in the minors. So, yes, Kareem Hawkins could be very good for a call-up later. And the main reason for that is because Kareem Hawkins, his contract, he's never used a minor league option. So it's as real as possible, right, folks? So he's never used any of his minor league options, so we can kind of move him up and down the ladder when we need to. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to see him. Kareem Hawkins, I just noticed that. He's from New York. He's a New Yorker. So he'll be playing. Well, maybe we'll see him in September. Maybe we'll call him up in September. We'll see how he does down in the minors. Not so hot to start, but center field, we got Ken Griffey Jr., and we have nothing when it comes to backups in center field. And I mean absolutely nothing. We got Terry Jones, Ed Marquez, and Peter Bergeron, the Massachusetts-born center fielder, 24 years old. So we got some young guys that we can move around, but they're not going to improve. And in right field, we got Vlad Guerrero, and here's a blast from the freaking past, guy. Trot Nixon. I got Trot Nixon in the Rule 5 draft. Now, I don't know why Trot Nixon just stood out to me, but I was like, we're getting us some Trot Nixon. I feel like he might be able to do something. He might surprise us later on in the season in like a pinch hit role for the Spos. And the other guy that I got in the Rule 5 is Jeffrey Gallegos. He's 23 years of age and A potential, so he's going to grow. The thing is, because these guys are Rule 5ers, they have to stay on the 26-man MLB roster. We try to let them go, and they're gone. Well, we can't get them back, and we can't send them down. So I think Gallegos stays, and I think Nixon stays, and then we can kind of maybe move him to the minors next year. So I kind of goofed that up too. I didn't realize how the Rule 5 draft works because I didn't have my AGM or my JGM. So, yeah, it is what it is. Okay, so that's the roster. We're going to head back to the calendar. We're going to simulate a couple of games here. We're trying to get to April 30th, which is the Cincinnati Reds. So we're at home for Philly, and we get a loss. So Trey Moore, we lose 5-3. We then lose again, and okay, so we get a win. Javi gets the win. He's 2-0 on the season. Looks like Andy Pettitte took his first loss of the year, and his ERA jumped to 1.25. Oh, no. All right, simulating through the 6th. So the Expos are 9-3. 9-3 to start the season. Ken Kenny coming out to pitch. We are in Texas, folks, and Elvin Ciccone and we get the win. Jason, I don't know how to say that name. Jacome, something like that. Jason Giacomo. Okay, and we get the loss. And, we got to scout some folks, man. I forgot about this whole scouting thing. To hell with that. We're not going to scout. Let the scouts do their jobs. Okay, Trey Moore. I don't know. Do we want to scout some guys? Let me know. Throw it in the comments. I'm up for it. We've played 14 games. We're 10-4. All right, we're 6 games over 500, so that's good. If you want to see some scouts or you want to see some possible talent for this club, let me know. Ooh, hope that wasn't loud. I took a little sip of water. Hope that wasn't too loud. Okay. Yeah. Just waiting to see. Waiting to see if the front office wants me to look at any players or if we're just going to roll on. Okay. We can do it next Sunday if we have to. Let me know if you want to see that. But Texas going for the win over Texas. And yes, we have beaten them in a series. Congratulations to the boys. Andy Pettitte will start off against Cleveland. Pedro Molina on the hill. I see no actual pitchers from that era. Jarrett Wright is the only one I recognize. Andy Pettitte gets a win there. He's 2-1 on the season. Javi gets his 3rd win of the season. Okay, so we're going to scout next Sunday. Perfect. That's what I like to see. So just in case, if you folks don't know, if you're out there watching me, I had a few I've had a few kind of bump in and out here. But if you're watching me, you're about 10 seconds behind me. Okay, so I say something, I'll wait. If I ask a question, I'll wait. And then just throw an answer up on the board. So this coming Sunday, the 16th of April, yes, we're going to go ahead and scout. So we've won 3 in a row. If we can get through a week, I would love to get through 7. If we get through 7, let's get 7 wins in a week. Why not? Okay, let's sweep Cleveland. And we do sweep Cleveland. Okay, so Ken gets the win. And now it's the Cincinnati Reds. And if you have been watching, if you've been paying attention to any of these episodes, if you've been following this guy who sits on his couch and plays a game, we are in the 4th season. Sweeps. Yes, we got some sweeps. Yeah, we got the sweep of the Cleveland Indians. Yes, so if you've been watching this mess of this experiment of a show, we have usually got our asses handed to us by the Cincinnati Reds. And they have made 2 World Series appearances and a National League Championship appearance. The Marlins got to them last year. They went to the World Series and lost to the Yankees in 4. So, this will be a big series. Mike Mussina on the hill in Game 1 against Andy Benes, and we get the loss. Trey Moore against Ernesto Barrero, and we win. Andy Pettitte against Hideo Nomo. That's right, Hideo Nomo went to the Reds, and we get the win. Okay, so that's a minor league. Okay, time to go and scout. So we had some interest in scouting. Now, I have done some studying because I've been playing a lot of MLB The Show 26. I've been watching a lot of other content or a lot of other YouTube channels with regards to scouting and all that good shit. So this is I think it's probably the toughest part of the game. Now, we've already missed a couple of weeks. But what I'm going to let y'all do is we're going to take a look on the board. We're going to see what pick we have, okay, which is probably going to be way down low because we did make the playoffs last year. So we're probably going to be in the 26, 27 pick, I would assume, maybe 24, 25. But we're going to take a look, see. I put those 2 words together. See, and there's the New York, right? we're going to take a look-see. What I meant to say is we're going to take a look and see, but I take the and out sometimes. So we're going to take a look and see what we have out there to try to pick around 26 or 27. And what we're going to do here is we're just going to focus on our first and second round picks. So if you're my AGM, you're my JGM, you're anybody watching tonight, okay, when I click over and we start looking at some players, tell me what you want to try to draft, and then we'll focus on those guys. That's how we're going to do this. We're going to try to make it fun so that we're doing it all together. Now, our main scout, our best scout right now is Davis Hackman. He's on the right side of the board. Now, the main reason for that is because he has a 98 discovery and a 92 efficiency. Okay, what that tells me is he's excellent at discovering new talent, and he's good at and very efficient at his at his scouting. And he scouts position players. So we will use him if you want to scout a position player. Robert Reeves is absolute garbage. So Robert Reeves, yeah, I don't know what we're going to use him for. We might just throw him down or up in, I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody. We'll throw him in some little farm town and tell him to go get two milkmaids. If you know the baseball movie, yeah. If you know it, you know it. And then Clayton Hogsett will be our kind of mid scout. So Davis Hackman is going to be the main one. That's who we're looking at. So let's jump right in. So up here on the left side of the screen, this is the scouting portion of the game. Okay, this is where we're trying to build the club. We're trying to get that rook. We want a rook. Okay, we want to go out and get ourselves a rook. So, okay, you want to look at second base. So second base right now we're actually second in the league in second base. So as we're drafting, we got to think about what we have now, right? So we have Kilvio Veras at second base. We know that Kilvio has a 5-year contract. So Kilvio Veras is locked in for 5 years. So where do we struggle? Well, at first base, we got Mark Grace. He's not going to be around much longer, and JT has a 2-year contract. First base could be a spot we look at. Second base is Kilvio. He's locked in for 5. Third base, we have the young kid. We just got him from the Yankees. He's locked in for a couple seasons. Shortstop, we got Cabrera. So from an infield perspective, I think first base would be what we're looking at there. If we're looking for the battery, we need a catcher. Okay. Yes, we have Pudge, but he's on his way out. We'll probably trade him before season's end. We do have LaDuca, who has started out hot, and we have Hamilton Porter down in Double-A. But it's going to take another couple seasons for him. So I think catcher could be a possible position. So I'm thinking catcher, I'm thinking first base, or an outfielder. Because Vlad will stick around. We're going to re-sign him regardless. Griffey Jr. will probably be out the door after this season. I don't think we'll be seeing him around. So a left fielder or a center fielder could be a possibility. So, first base. Okay, first base. Let's take a look at our first baseman. So first base looks a little bit like this. Now, our first pick in the draft, if you're looking over on the left side and you look up at the top corner, our first pick in the draft is at 21. Okay, so 21 is our first pick in the first round. And our second round pick is at 58. So we got to focus on players who are ranked probably around, I'd say between 8 and 15 for the first round pick, or, I'm sorry, 8 and 15. Come on, dude. No, between probably 18 and 25. Okay, so I'm thinking an Eric Riley maybe, or a Alfredo Valencia, Garrett Hoffman. Garrett Hoffman could be a second round pick. So you tell me who we want to scout. Now we have to make sure that we use our best scout to look at them, and then we'll kind of watch them grow. So potential between 68 and 92, that's good, right? That could go up, it could go down. as we scout him. He's only 8% scouted. He's a 90. It's between 74 and 98, so probably would give us a little bit more. And he'll start out at around 69. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. He's a JUCO grad, and Hoffman is a 4-year. Oh, I thought it said 4th-year sophomore. I'm like, dude, what are you, freaking Chad the Tank? 4th-year sophomore. Get out of here. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what we're looking at. So I think altogether, let's see what else. We also said catcher, right? So let's see what we have at catcher. Oh, you want to go farther right? Okay. We've got Valencia. We've got Hoffman. He's a potential 74 and 98. We got Marky Burris, 69, 93 potential. Tim Crosby, 62, 96. Cy Divino. He's 134th ranked, 58, 77 potential. Ryan Zarco, 80 to 94 potential. That could be a gem right there. 4-year senior. So maybe it is 4 years. Oh, he's a sophomore in college. Okay, I get it now. See, I'm learning as I go. So he's a 4-year. He's a senior in college. So he's played a bit. That means he's probably right about where he's going to be. Okay, he's going to fall probably between 80 and 89. That's just my guess if we drafted him. Jorge Negron, he's in high school, 64 to 98. That could be a draft steal, and he's 142 ranked. So, okay, do I need to go further right? Or am I going back to the left? Head back here. I like Zarco, but he's a senior in college, so I think he's kind of locked in. We're not going to get a whole lot out of him. It's best usually to get somebody on the younger side, little high school, like he's in high school, 18 years old, maybe a freshman in college. Somebody's like 20 or 19. So look at Tim Crosby. So we want to take a look at Tim Crosby. The office has spoken. Okay, Tim, we'll take a look at you. 81 ranked overall. Now, what we have left, Clayton Hogsett, he can also, Jorge in 3rd or 4th. Okay, so let's see. We said Jorge. Okay, we're going to take a look at Jorge as well. So these guys are going for some freaking gems, baby. Now, I'm going to pick the last one. I'm going to go ahead and pick the last one here. And I am interested in a catcher. So catcher's kind of a family thing, right? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at a catcher. And I'm going to go first. I'm thinking first round, just in case. And I see Geraldo Chavez. He's in high school. He's 18 years of age, and he's a 24th rank. So we'll go ahead with that. So our JGM has picked Tim Crosby, so we'll keep an eye on Timmy boy. Jorge Negron is our AGM, and the GM has said, I want to see Geraldo Chavez. Let's see what happens there. So make sure not to let me simulate too fast, because we're going to miss what happens with those guys. And remember who your player is. Okay, Cincinnati is in the house, and we're going for a series win. And no, we don't get it. Okay, so we go 2-2 against the Cincinnati Reds, but that's all right. We're 16-6. We're taking on Atlanta for 3. And let's take a look at our record. We are 16-6, and we have a 4-game lead on the freaking Braves. That's right, baby. We have a 4-game lead on the freaking Braves. How are we doing in the National League? Are we leading the National League? We have to be. Oh, it doesn't show us, but the Giants are 15-8. The Cubbies are 15-8, and we're 16-6. So, yeah, we've got the best record so far in the National League. Let's keep that up. All right, the Atlanta Braves now. heading into town, and we lose in game 1. We win in game 2, Mike Messina, and we win in game 3. So Trey Moore is 2-0, 19 Ks, 2.25 ERA. Okay, now up next, we've got the Florida Marlins. The Florida Marlins, who we lost to in the playoffs. This is a revenge series. Okay, revenge series. So we'll be watching the Ken Na game, because Ken Na came from the Marlins, and we get a loss in game 1. We win game 2, and it's back to scouting. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what happened with our scouts. All right, so the way that this works, you'll see a percentage change. It'll also show us how their overalls changed as we go. So Timmy Crosby is 50% scouted, and his potential did not change. So he's 67 to 92. So that's our JGM picking Tim Crosby. Jorge Negron, the 18-year-old high schooler. Let's see. Jorge is from the Dominican Republic, and he is 66 potential. 94 potential, 27.55 overall. So he's not going to come in hot starting right out of the gate, but he's only 35% scouted. And Geraldo Chavez, 25% scouted, and we have him at a 64.94. Now, the two key things to look at when we're looking at players. Contact is huge. We want contact hitters. So Timmy brings us contact right and contact left. Okay, he also has some power. If we're looking at future, I look at future and not present. Whatever he does now is what he does now. We want to know what he's going to do in the future. So he'll be above average in contact and in power. But he's also a defensive first baseman. So if we look under fielding, he's an 81 future, arm strength 82, 73, 83. So 58 to 83, that's 25. Divide that by 2.5. You know, he's probably about 76. He'll probably end up right around 76. And yes, I just did some crazy, weird math in my head. Okay, so we're going to leave that. We're going to let those guys be scouted some more. So we'll let them be scouted some more. And we're probably going to, I think we're going to shit can our scouts and try to get some new ones. But let's get back to the Florida Marlins series. And we're 19-8 heading into this one. We have split the first 2 games heading into Sunday, and Kenny Na is coming out to pitch in this one. Okay, so I do have a topic for the night. I just came up with it as we're sitting here. And if you're looking at that Florida Marlins logo up on the board, that is pulled right from the kind of PS5 internet. So whoever did that did a pretty damn good job. They kind of created that. So it's a little touchy, but I mean, it's what it is. Okay, so topic of the night. Tell me who your big league favorites are for the year. Okay, and I'm probably talking to a couple Padres fans, so you're probably going to put Padres, but who do you think is outright going to win it? Right? We'll get the conversation started right there. Who do you think is outright going to win the World Series this year? Okay, so actually, you know what? You can give me whoever you think. Just getting that conversation rolling. Okay, so we're heading into this one. We are in Florida. And yes, we are at the old Miami. We are at the old Miami to take on the Florida Marlins. And I actually had to put some effort into this team. I had to change their unis and everything. So Ken Na will be on the hill for the Expos. The lineup looks like this. Kilvio, Robert Ekstrom. Look at Robert Ekstrom's freaking numbers. He's batting .359 with 5 dingers and 19 RBIs. Big high five to my AGM and my JGM on talking me into that one. How about that? So the junior GM, you think the Pirates are a sneaky playoff team this year? Yeah, I could see that happening. Right? I do like their. I do like Skeens. I'm a big fan of Skeens. And I'm probably talking like that, and he went somewhere else. I don't think he went somewhere else. But Pirates, they could do something. Of course, I am a Yankee fan, but I don't know, man. Kind of been let down the last couple of years, so I don't really want to go that way. I don't want to say the Dodgers, but they just keep spending all the money. Mark Grace will play first base and bat third. Vladdy will be in right field batting fourth. Ken Griffey Jr. will be in center field. Orlando Cabrera at shortstop. Tucker will bat seventh and play left. Paul LaDuca will catch and bat eighth. And our boy Ken will pitch and bat ninth. So we got a couple of cold players. Griffey's cold. Orlando's cold. LaDuca's cold. So, Paul, you're going to get the night off. We're going to put Pudge in your spot. Ken Griffey Jr. Who can play center? Sung Hyun Chu. Yeah, there should be a salary cap. Pretty. Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Okay, see, but if they do that, then we don't have baseball because the players will walk. I'm pretty sure they've already said that if there's a salary cap, that they would walk, right? Isn't that what the whole argument is? And trust me, my AGM and my other viewers can attest. You don't want to go through a strike. You don't want to go through a whole year without baseball. That shit sucks. And we saw. I made back in the early days of the channel. I made a very short little video about the '94 season and how we missed out on so freaking much, right? If I could go back in time, if I could jump into a sports time, you know what? That's it. There's another topic of the night. Sports time machine. All right? If you can go back in a sports time machine and change one thing right now, what would it be? I've got a conversation going, and I do not want to hear about the Tino Martinez pitch. So if you're listening and you're getting ready to type that in, I don't want to hear about it. Okay? Don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. It was a ball. We won. We beat you. It's over. Okay, Ken Griffey Jr. will bat fifth and play center field. Orlando Cabrera shortstop. Tucker left field. Pudge is in. So, yes, I just went over the lineup again because I made a couple of moves just to get some of those cold players out. Cabrera, you have to play. And, oh, wait, who did I put? Oh, I put Pudge in. And, yeah. Oh, Sung Hyun's going to go in for Ken Griffey Jr. So, Sung Hyun is going to get an opportunity to play. Yeah, see? Yeah. All right there, Feeney. I know, dude. I know that. You were typing it right after I said it. But if I could jump into a time machine right now and go back and somehow have some way of changing what would happen, I would probably go back to '94 and keep them from going on strike. But here's the thing. It's one of those things like that butterfly effect, right? We go back there, we change it. That could change everything else. Because then the Spos would be good for a long time. They might not be gone. Holy crap. That would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. And Tony Gwynn, he was going for 400. I think he was batting 396. Was it 396? At the end, I don't really remember. Okay, Frankie Calderon on the hill for the Marlins. And Kilvio leads off with the single. Thank you, Kilvio. Ekstrom is going to single. Grace is going to hit into a fielder's choice. So if you haven't seen any of these games, playing them like this. Okay, 394. It's probably like the beer, right? Okay. So if you haven't been watching any of these games, this has been fun because we've actually been scoring freaking runs. And a 3-run jack for Vladdy, and it's 3-0. What? Tell me how many times you actually saw home runs since we've been watching this. Sung Hyun strikes out. Cabrera's going to walk. Tucker strikes out. So we do have Ken Griffey Jr. on the bench if needed. Felipe Marquez to lead off against Kenny grounds out. Castillo grounds out. Edmonds walks. Delgado grounds out. So they got a powerhouse team in Florida. Pudge hits a solo jack. Thank you, Pudge. Ken flies out. Veras grounds out. Okay, so if you're just joining, if you're just walking into this mess that we call Exponation, we are here with the late 90s, 2000s Expos. And Robert Ekstrom is at the plate for the Expos in the bottom of the second of the 2001 season. And Mark Grace is going to hit a 2-run jack. Thank you very much, Mark Grace. Vladdy Guerrero walks. Sung Hyun is going to hit into a fielder's choice. So we have 6 runs in 2 innings. Whenever I simulate it like this, we are kicking ace. Hernandez grounds out. Martinez flies out. Gonzalez grounds out. Chad OJ on the hill. Chad, what now? Cabrera ground out. Tucker strikeout. Rodriguez strikeout. Mike Redmond. So that's the first inning we don't score. Redmond strikes out. Chad OJ strikes out. Marquez walks. Castillo flies out. Ken Na to lead off. Goes for a bunt single and can't get it. Veras grounds out. Ekstrom grounds out. So we're flying through this one. Jimmy Edmonds walks. Let's try to pick him off. Can't get him. Delgado grounds into a double play. Jose Hernandez singles. Dave Martinez grounds out. Chad OJ back on the bump to face Mark Grace, and he singles. Guerrero singles. Sung Hyun bunts them both over. Cabrera singles in 2. It's 8-0. Michael Tucker, fielder's choice, and Pudge ground out. Alex Gonzalez singles. Redmond double play. OJ. Mark Loretta is going to come in for OJ. And there's a strikeout. So Kenny Na has given up 2 hits in this game, right? And he goes for a bunt single and can't. Veras singles. Ekstrom singles. Grace singles. So we got the bases juice for Vladdy and 1 out. Okay. What is the call here? Do we let him swing? Or do we try to... No, just swing it. I was going to say sacrifice, right? And we end up getting nothing out of a bases loaded situation. Here's Kenny Na. He walks. Edmonds. Oh, whatever. Delgado and Hernandez singles and Martinez. And okay, so Kenny Na gets out of that one. Orlando Cabrera coming to the plate for the Spos in the 7th. And there's a single. Tucker, single. A lot of singles. Look, we got 13 damn hits. I think we had like 13 hits all last year. Okay, so my junior GM, if you could jump into your sports time machine. So if you're sitting here watching and you're watching me live, throw your sports time machine or up on the board. That's actually a pretty cool. I didn't even think about that. I kind of got that idea because I was watching this. I mean, this is not a commercial for Netflix, but I was watching this pretty cool series on Netflix called 11/22/63, and the guy actually I don't know, they stumble onto a time portal and he goes back to, and of course he tries to stop the Kennedy thing and blah blah blah. But I thought it'd be cool, like sports related. So my junior GM says the Rams Saints playoff. Talk about the NFC Championship game. Okay, yeah. Okay. I mean, I could think of a Rams game where I might change something too, right? I think it was a Rams-Titans Super Bowl where that poor dude from the Titans gets dragged down on the half-yard line, and the Titans don't win the Super Bowl. That is way before the junior GM's time. Heck, I was probably watching that with the AGM. But yeah, he gets dragged down right before the goal line. That shit's crazy. I don't know. See, there's so many that I would possibly do. But you don't have to have just one. We got a time machine. We can do whatever the hell we want, right? I'd be Doc Brown, though. I got to be Doc Brown. I got to control the thing because that's just how I am. All right, Pudge hits into a fielder's choice, and Kenny Na strikes out. All right, Kilvio grounds out. So we are through 7. Ken Na still on the hill. He gives up a single against a fielder's choice. Walks Berg. Gives up a sac bunt to Marquez. Castillo singles in a run. Edmonds hits a 2-run jack, and goodbye, Ken Na. Na. Hey. Goodbye, Kenna. That's right. Holy crap. It took like 30 seconds for me to remember that song. I had to stop and think about that shit. Okay, Kenna. Sorry, but we're going to be pulling the plug on you. Johnny Rock's coming in, and he gets the out. So we're going to go with John Rocker for at least 2 innings. So this Marlins team, they're resilient, man. They keep coming back on us every time. Ekstrom singles again. Grace Fielder's choice. Vladdy singles. Sung Hyun. Sorry, time to go to Kenny Griff. Ken Griffey Jr. comes in a pinch hit, and he hits a 3-run jack. Thank you very much, Ken Griffey Jr. in a pinch hit performance. Wow, we don't see that very often since we signed him, but that's huge. Maybe we should do that more often. Cabrera singles. Tucker walks. So the Marlins now can't get out of the inning.
First base.
Rodriguez gets hit by a pitch. We got bases juice for John Rocker. He's got to come out. We have to take him out. We're going to bring in Trot Nixon. They call Trot Nixon Nathan Hickey. What kind of bullshit is that? Okay, Gilvio hits a grand salami, and it's 15-6. So I start messing with the pitching, thinking they're going to come back in this one, and we put up 7 runs in the 8th inning. Hola cheat, man. Okay, Ekstrom grounds out. Okay, so that's the call here inside the cave. If you're watching me tonight, welcome on in. We are in the bottom of the 8th. The Expos are taking on the Marlins. This Expos team is on freaking fire since we made some changes to the roster. Let's get Trot Nixon off the mound. We're going to go with our boy Shane Bennett because Shane Bennett has been good. He gets the ground out. He gives up a single. And what is Shane Bennett? Shane Bennett's a righty, so we'll let him pitch to the righty, and he gives up another single. He gets the strikeout. And he gives up another single. So bases juiced. They're trying to get back into this again. And good job by Shane Bennett getting out of that one. Michael Barrett's on the hill. That won't last. Oh, there you go. There was a trade. That's who we traded for Ken Na. Michael Barrett. Michael Barrett was our kind of blue chip catcher down in the farm, and part of that deal. They got Ken Na. Kenny Na. All right. I love saying that, in case you haven't noticed that. Mark Grace against Felix Heredia. There's a ground out. Vladdy strikes out. And Ken Griffey Jr., who came in to pinch hit and play center, and he pops up. And Ken Griffey Jr. came up with a massive hit, right? Ooh, did he ever. All right, Luis Castillo. And a walk there. Edmonds, single. Delgado, single. Hernandez, strikeout. Martinez, a single. So we got first and second. They got 2 runs in the goddamn inning. There's 1 out, and it's time to go to the bullpen, bring in Greg Swindell, see if he can't shut this down. There's a fielder's choice, and there's an out. Beauteous. Okay, so we get the 15-8 win. Ken Na is going to get his 3rd win of the season. Congratulations to the young pitcher. And we're going to simulate through the rest of the month, and then we're going to go ahead and build our player. So I should come up with a way to do this. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we're going to build our player. So, all right, we lose to Florida. We beat the Dodgers. We beat the Dodgers, and we beat the Dodgers. So we swept the Dodgers. What the hell? We just swept the Dodgers. We're 23-9. Hola cheat, man. I'm not even paying attention. There's a win against Cincinnati. Okay, scouting day. Let's see what we got. For my AGM and my JGM. Okay, so sorry, JGM, but Timmy Crosby's 95% scouted, 85 potential. So I don't really think that's where we want to go. Jorge Negron, he is 65% scouted, and he's dropped to a 90. Chavez is 45% scouted. The catcher is a 65-91. So I think we keep Negron on the board. We're going to scout him another week, and we're going to go ahead and change. So for my JGM, who do you got? Who do you want to look at here? First baseman. Let's go first base right here. So these are our options, okay? We have got Jody Cloud. Now, he is a Major League ranked 10th, so the chances of us getting him in the first round are pretty slim. We do have Eric Riley. Okay, he's in his first year of junior college. He's 19 years old. He's a 68-92, 67-91. We have Alfredo Valencia, the 18-year-old high school senior, 61-95, 37-71, coming to us from Venezuela. Riley from Michigan. Garrett Hoffman, who keeps catching my eye. 4-year sophomore, okay, from Puerto Rico. Garrett Hoffman, 74-98. There's an option there as well. Mark Burris, if we're looking at just a first-round pick. So you want to go for Hoffman. So let's take a look one more time. Hoffman's contact, 87 against right-handed hitting or pitching. That's great. He's got some power numbers too, 84, 81, and defensively he's pretty good. The 6'3", 187-pound first baseman. So, okay, my JGM wants to look at Garrett Hoffman. We're going to stick with Jorge Negron and Geraldo Chavez this week. Try to get them up to about 80% scouted and see what that'll do. But we're going to bump them up. So he's going to go to 1. No, I'm sorry. Jorge's going to go to 1. Garrett's going to stay right there. You stay right there. Okay. And we'll see what happens there. A lot of green on that board, in case you're not noticing. That's good for us. Okay, so we're ready to finish up the episode, right? We got one more game. One more game in the episode. And we're just going to go ahead and simulate it out. Then we're going to build our player, and then we're going to call it a night a little bit earlier for the Fanatic here, not going into the 9 o'clock hour. So, okay, let's go ahead and simulate, see if we can't get the win. Trey Moore on the hill against Ernesto Borrero, and we get the loss. So, here is where we are, baby. We are through the first month of the 2001 season, and the Montreal Expos are 25-10. We have a 4.5 game lead on the Atlanta Braves, 7.5 on the New York Mets, 8.5 on the Phils, and 9 on the Marlins. So write that down. That's going to be very important. Where the hell are we, later in the season, or where we are at the beginning of the season? Because we go kind of month by month here on the show. Let's take a look at our current statistics, see who's doing what through the first month. So we're a month in. Vladdy's our games leader with Cabrera at 35. At bats is Orlando Cabrera. Runs scored. How about Robert Ekstrom, the rookie, has scored 28 runs on the season. Wow, you know what? Another triple high five for my AGM and my JGM, talking me into that one. That's awesome. Vlad Guerrero leads the team in hits with 44. Home runs is Vladdy with 7. JT Snow coming off the bench in 27 games. He has 5 dingers. So JT was a good pickup as well. RBIs, Vlad Guerrero in 35 games played has 33 RBIs. He's averaging almost 1 RBI per game. Yes, I did that in my head. Yes, that's a good average, right? Grace with 28, Cabrera with 25, Griffey, who's starting to slowly make his way down the ladder here on this club, but he's got 22, so still producing. Stolen bases, Ekstrom, 10 stolen bases on the season. Killer for Robert Ekstrom. Batting average, Vladdy and Ekstrom in the 340s. Let's see if they can carry that on through next week's episode. On base percentage, Robert Ekstrom with a 432. Slugging, Vladdy. OPS, 989. Robert Ekstrom, 973. And then Mark Grace, 914. Base on balls, Mark Grace. He's very patient hitter. Strikeouts, Ken Griffey Jr. continues to not have the patience that he once had at the plate. Doubles, Kilvio Veras with 10. Triples, 2 for Ken Griffey Jr. So when he does get the bat on the ball, he still has a little bit of speed, huh? Yeah, he can still get around the bases pretty good. The rest of these, not that interesting. Double plays, Kilvio, stolen base percentage. Pudge has a stolen base. The rest are all defense. Let's take a look at our pitchers real quick. Our wins leader is Javi Vasquez with Ken Na and Mike Messina, all with 4. Trey Moore is the only one without a loss in the starting 5. Saves Trevor Hoffman with 10 innings pitched. Andy Pettit with 48. So he's 3-2. Not exactly what we expected, but 3-2. 19 walks, 42 Ks, so he leads the team in Ks. ERA, Greg Swindell, that's coming out of the bullpen. So starting pitchers, there we go. That's what we want. ERA for a starting pitcher is Andy Pettit with a 1.69. Ken Na has an ERA of 7.41. Ooh, that's not good. No, because he got totally hammered first couple games. Whip. It took me a while to figure out what a whip is. I didn't know what that was. Even though it says right there, walks plus hits per innings pitched. Okay, dummy, do the math, right? So not bad. Games, whatever, started, win percentage. Quality starts. Andy Pettit, 6 quality starts. And hits allowed. Okay, so coming out of the bullpen, best guy out of the pen right now, ERA-wise, is Greg Swindell. He only pitched 9 innings. Closing pitchers, Trevor Hoffman continues. He's 2-0 on the season with 10 saves. So, the team's looking pretty good, all right? The team's looking pretty good. We're 35 games into the season. We're in first place. And we may even have a couple of league leaders. Let's take a look. We'll just jump through this real quick. Vladdy and Ekstrom, batting average. Anybody leading any category? Yes, RBIs. We have 3 Expos. Vladdy, Mark Grace, and Orlando Cabrera. That's a shock. Runs, Ekstrom and Grace. Slugging percentage is Vladdy. OPS is Vladdy. Pitching stats. Yeah, well, the pitching staff is not the greatest yet. They're good, but they're not great. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's go ahead and take the time now. We have got, a couple minutes. Let's pick a player and build them out. We're going to pick a player and we're going to build them out. So, tell me right now. Now, look, I can sit here, flip a coin, spin a wheel, whatever it is we want to do. But I'm going to take probably about a minute here, and I want you to tell me, if you're watching, what position do you want to do? Where do we want to create a player? And let's do this. We'll do this. Go to the 40-man. We'll sort them out. And let's go youngest players. So we've got some options here. No, not 40-man. All. Okay. So we have got some options here. So Ken Na will remain Ken Na. Okay. We could take Eddie Marquez, who is a center fielder, and turn him into a left fielder. Okay. I see Tommy Timmons is the name up on the board. And look at the glove this dude has. But I'm going to step away for a minute, put your ideas, and what you want to do with them. And I am all in. All right, all right. So we got Tommy Timmins and we got Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. All right. So Ratrick Von Schwinga Sr., he retired last week, and it totally bummed me out when I saw that because he was 46. He went to play Sunday softball in Estonia. I try to put that all together. So he's going to play. He's going back home to play some Sunday softball and drink some beers with his buddies. So now his son is interested in playing. Okay, and he's going to play right alongside Tommy Timmins. So we're going to make them both. All right, we're going to make them both. It's going to take just a few minutes. We'll knock it out real quick. But we've got to we got to figure out what position Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. is going to play. All right, we're going to put these guys in third. We're going to put them in AAA. So let's go to AAA because we want them to have a chance to come up possibly this year. So let's find a B potential, and Robbie Rush is down there. He's a created player, so we could easily do that. We want a left fielder, right? So we've got some left fielders. We definitely have some left fielders. We have got, in AAA right now, we got Tim Raines. He's got to stay. Kareem Hawkins was our first draft pick, so he stays. We have Trace Coquelette, which is a sick name in itself. So we could change Jeffrey Gallegos since he was a Rule 5er. He's a potential. He's 23. And we could change him to Tommy Timmins. We can do that. So we're going to do that. Jeffrey Gallegos, you, my friend, here's what he looks like. We'll spin him around a little bit. That's it. Model for us. There you go. So spun him around a little bit. And he's going to become Mr. Tommy Timmins. Oh, so they don't have his last name audio, but that's okay. That's okay. Would you like to clear your last name audio? Yeah, of course. Okay. So let's just we'll give him a sick name here. Let's see if there's something that sounds like it first. We can call him the Dude. We can call him the Man. We can call him Theophanopoulos. That's a sick name. I don't see a Timmins there. We can call him Tippett. We can call him Tippy. Let's see. Yeah, so there's. I'm just gonna call him TF Mordecai. What the hell is it? Where'd that come from? All right, we call him the Dude. We call him Tommy Timmins. He's going to be called the Dude. So when he comes up to bat, they'll be saying the Dude. Repeat. Repeat what? Repeat. What do you mean repeat? What does that mean? Tommy Tommy? Is that what you mean by repeat? I don't know. So he's going to be how old? We'll bump him down to about 20 years old. And give me a number. What's his number? While I'm doing this? I'm a number 8 fan myself. Okay, I wore number 8 in Little League. I wore number 8. 8's on everything. I got 8 on hockey jerseys. 8's my birth month, so I love 8. You want to repeat. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see if it's there. We're talking about the word repeat, huh? Okay, yeah, we could try that. No, doesn't look like it's there. We can call him Rock. I don't know. We'll leave it at the dude for now. We'll come up with something later on. I can kind of fool around with it. Where's he from? Tell me where he's from. So, is he from the Central? Is he from the East? Is he international? Where's he from? Where's Tommy coming from? If you are Ratrick, we already know. We're going to put Ratrick Von Schwinga together. So he's from Utah. Sick. Nice. So Tommy Timmons, the dude from Utah. He's 20 years old. What's his number? What's his number, kid? Throw his number up on the board. You got to be thinking this stuff out, you know. See, we don't need to draft players. We just create our own, let them grow up in the system, right? Draft. Okay. Number 22. Cool. He's a left fielder. We know that. We're just going to put outfield as his secondary position. Is he a right? Is he a righty? He throws righty. Yeah, he has to. Is he a left-handed batter? Is he a right-handed batter? Is he a switch hitter? What are we going to do here? We know that his contract, I can't change the contract, so we have to remember to re-sign him at the end of the year. That's important because we almost lost Hamilton Porter that way. So he's a left. He hits left-handed. Okay, I like that. That's what I do. Okay, now, yes, we will save that. Please tell me it saved it. There he is, Tommy Timmons. Can we edit what he looks like? Sure we can. Okay. So we'll go ahead. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to leave him kind of the way he is, but I'm going to allow you to, let's see. What kind of hair? Oh, yeah, we can go pretty deep. See, this can take a little while. So do we want to go bald? That's what that looks normal. Go with a little stubble, receding shaved, short thin. There's the Fanatic haircut right here, looking a lot like the Fanatic. We've got short thin, we've got shaved, we got short mid fade, fade. Here's a couple of my favorites though. I kind of like the old simple haircut. I like the one, let's see. Straight up like Roger Maris or Joe Girardi military fade. We have got, let's see, the Jersey Shore because he's like the sitch right here. All right. On the new game, you can put the tips and everything. Oh, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. I made this guy who looks like he looks like a leprechaun. A leprechaun. Okay, the Viking, short curls. How about the Wild Thing? Just like Rick Vaughn. Yeah, go with the Wild Thing. We're going to do this. We're going to randomize this shit. Here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And wherever I stop, it stops. The punk shave. There we go. His hair color is... he's going to rock a little... Oh, not gray. He's going to rock a little blonde hair. There we go. No sideburns. His facial hair is going to be like this. Sick. Length good. All right. There he is. There's the guy. Some blue eyes. His eyebrow color is going to be darker than his hair because he dyes his hair. Got to do that for sure. Nose. Doop, doop, doop. Okay, good. Let's go here. Change his skin color. We'll make him super pale. And all right. There's your boy, rocking and rolling. Tommy Timmons playing left field. He'll be down in the farm system. Oh, no, he's playing. He's a Rule 5er. Congratulations, Tommy Timmons. We'll see how he does this season, coming into some games. Very nice, Tommy Timmons. Okay, and the other one was... Yeah, the other one was... our boy Ratrick Von Schwinga. Ratrick Von Schwinga. We're going to make Ratrick. Let's see. Where do we have a good position opening with a B potential? You know what? Ratrick is now going to become Robbie Rush. Robbie Rush, you are Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. Welcome to the show, pal. Okay. Let's go ahead and edit it up. Ratrick Von Schwinga. Robbie Rush right here. Okay, if you're joining me, welcome on in. We are towards the end of the episode. We're creating some players. We're making some fun stuff. We got Tommy Timmons. He'll be playing in the bigs thanks to the JGM. And we are back with good old Ratrick Von Schwinga. Ratrick's dad, he left to go home to Estonia. But he, no matching. Yeah, we know that. But they sent his son from the Estonian national team to take his place. And I'm going to have fun with the thumbnail for this episode. For sure. Why? Oh, wait a minute. How did we do that last time? Because it's... Oh, I couldn't put it in, remember? Oh, it worked. Okay, there we go. You would like to... Oh, yes. Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. He'll be playing... we know he's from Estonia. Just like his pops. So the 46-year-old... We're going to say that the 46-year-old had this young man when he was 17, right? So that, no, that would make him 29. There's some math for you. Nah, we'll say he had him when he was, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. 27? So he's 19. He's 20. Yeah, well, something like that. We're going to say his last name audio is the first fun thing we see. Swigum? No. How about Swanger? Yeah, the Schwanga. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we can find Vaughn. Oh, it works.
Von Schwinga. Von Schwinga.
Yes, that's too fun, man.
Von Schwinga.
Okay, now we're talking. He's 20 years old. His preferred number is, we're going to go in honor of Dawn Mattingly. We're going to go with number 23. And he plays... Oh, wait, where did I say he played? I don't remember where he played. Uh-oh. Boofed it. We're going to say he plays left field. Okay, Von Schwinga, you play left field. Secondary position, he plays first base. Throw hand, he's weird. He throws left-handed. He bats right-handed. We can't change his contract. So, okay. So I think I may have just goofed up my damn... No, it's okay. I think it's okay. We got an extra left fielder. So we'll have to get rid of somebody. That's okay. Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. All right. And let's go ahead and just make... I gotta change what he looks like while I'm live here. Ladies and gentlemen, I assure you, if you're just jumping into this now, this is not how it is. We don't do this the whole time. Okay, we do play some baseball. But let's take a look. We want him to be a massive... He's going to be 6'8", 6'10". He is just rocking and rolling. Look at the size of this dude. Holy cheat, man. A 6'10" left fielder. And he weighs in at 231 rocking pounds. He's buff. Okay. Look, you can't even get him on the screen. He's buff. His head is ginormous. He has a huge neck. Wait, can we change it? Oh, we can. Look at that. He has a really skinny neck. He's got a huge neck. Oh, yeah. Beefy neck. His Adam's apple, neck length. We're going to rock that up. Oh, look at that neck. This dude is huge. Girth. Yeah, he's a big boy. He's a big boy. I don't know what they eat over there in Estonia, but he's eating it. Oh, you want Tommy Timmons to be 6'7"? Sure. No. You know what? You just wanted me to say that, dude. That is jacked. Okay. His spine length is massive. His hips and his glutes. What does this mean? His ace is big? Oh, yeah. He's got a boot. This guy's got a little boot on the back. Look at him. Okay, now we got the ties going over there. He's got the big ties. Good job. Ratrick Von Schwinga. He's got the booty. He's got the ties. All right, let's give him a total like rocking head. So we're gonna go right. Boom! There he is. Very, very. That kind of normal, right? But he's got a big melon. Boom! There we go. Does he have a pointy head? No, he's got kind of like one of those. There you go. Really round head. Really struggles putting on a helmet, this guy. His forehead is... it's kind of big. His hairline is sunken into his head. Okay. His temple depth, he's got, I don't know, rocking, whatever that means. Back of his head is huge. Now I'm just rocking and rolling. Look at his face position. You watching this? Boom. Oh, here's the best part. Hold on. Okay, check this out. This is my favorite part of the whole thing. Okay. So do we make him look like Sloth from the Goonies? Hey, you guys. Okay. There you go. I love it. His face is a little off. All right, he took a fastball. He was probably about 15 years old. Took a fastball to the chin, and had a few surgeries. He's doing better now, though. Look at him. He's better now. Okay. Head, hair. He doesn't go short and simple. Hell no, he doesn't. Oh, he rocks the official. He rocks the official haircut of his hometown. Little double braided action in the back. Some pigtails. How about a ponytail? Curly ponytail. Skull cap. Oh yeah, he wears the skull cap. His hair is blonde, just like his pops. Gets a little blonde hair. Kind of looks like Hulk Hogan. Okay. And his facial hair is... I don't know if they would be Vikings, but we're going burly stash. Rugged flair on this dude. Okay, I got one. So if anyone out there is watching, I'm going to ask the question right now. Okay, we're sitting here doing beards and eyebrows and all sorts of stuff. So it was suggested, and not that I have a crazy problem with this, but it was suggested someone that I know possibly going and having nose hairs waxed. So that shit sounds crazy. It sounds like it would hurt a ton, but I don't know. Somebody suggested that. Maybe not necessarily to the fanatic, but somebody did suggest it. So if you've ever done that before, had your nose hairs waxed, and I know I only have a couple live viewers right now, but for my other viewers later on, if you happen to have ever had that done, put that shit in the comments. Let let me know. We can actually rock his facial hair color to be whatever we want it to be. So he's going with his, he's gonna go with his home flag colors, and he's gonna rock the blue facial hair, and his hair color is gonna be jet black. So yes, he is going with his home flag colors. His dad thinks he's nuts, but he's got some big eyes. His eyelids are a little droopy. His forehead's, oh my God, look at that. What? It's low and it sticks way out. There you go. He looks like a pirate. Big old eyes. He has some trouble seeing fastballs, but I mean, he's the man, dude. He's the man. Little big old. He looks like E.T. Oh, do we go this way? Do we go that way? Do we go big? Do we go curved? Yep, there you go, my friend. No, his eyes are wide open. You can see into his soul, this guy. All right. His eyebrows are... Does he have... Oh, he has no eyebrows. Yes. Okay. He's done. There he is. Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. All right. He is done. And he will be playing left field. Let's see what he looks like here. He will be a left fielder down in Triple-A. We have three left fielders in Triple-A, which means somebody's going to have to go. But Ratrick's been hot, right? He's got a home run, 4 ribbies, and he is a sick-looking dude. Okay, so now that we've made it through our creative players, thank you very much for the Ratrick Von Schwinga Jr. idea. That's huge. And, of course, Tommy Tim. Oh, wait a minute. Gotta finish that up. Got to be fair. Where was he? Here he is. We got to make his height correct, because otherwise, so he's 6'7". There you go. We've got some massive left fielders in this organization. We got Timmons at 6'7". We got Ratrick Von Schwinga at 6'10", and that's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. I'm super excited about that. Okay. Beauteous. We might be able to trade one of them too, because they're both pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So if you made it 2.5 hours, I don't know how I made it 2.5 hours, but if you watched for even an hour and a half, thank you so much for jumping in and joining me tonight. We watched our Expos go 25-10 for the first month of the season. They are currently in first place. We've got stats galore happening with this club. Everybody is turning on the afterburners and getting us some wins. So super excited as we make our way through the rest of the 2001 season, and hopefully we can get us a division title. All right, we made the playoffs last year, looking for a division title this year. We've got some very solid farm hands. We'll be following the career path of Ratrick Von Schwinga, Tommy Timmons, and of course Hamilton Porter as we continue through the remainder of the season. With all that being said, folks, once again, thank you so much for jumping in and joining. I will be recording some more episodes here soon. Got some stuff in the works, editing, trying to get some posts put up so you can watch stuff during the week when I'm not doing live shows. That way, if you're a fan, you can kind of keep up with what's going on. Okay, So, like I said, with all that said, everybody have a great evening, good week, be safe, and hopefully you'll jump in tomorrow. Give me 15, give me 20, whatever it is, and we'll be following the Hartford Whalers on their quest, their trek, their journey towards a Stanley Cup championship. All righty, everybody. Good night from the cave.